How are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you today? We got a couple stories that we wanted to share with you today. First, okay, first we wanted to talk about, hold on. I'll go ahead and do that, Andrea, right now. First, we wanted to talk about uh, the bishop and how two people have just been arrested for his alleged armed robbery, and how I hate that I don't believe a word he says. I hate it, but the man's the I don't like him. And then we're gonna talk about a woman at this restaurant. I'm not trying to shout you out, uh, restaurant. I'm just saying she found a mouse in her food.
That's disgusting, ain't it?
This is so disgusting. And then we're gonna talk about if we have time, Brett Favre. I didn't know if we were gonna have enough time because the bishop is going to take up a lot of time. Thank you so much, Penny. Harry, am I doing this on purpose? I
No,
never,
no, it just when I
I
say, hey,
never,
when I tell you put your banner up, I know I'm gonna do it.
I forget every day to put up my banner. I feel like it's staged. But before we get into all of that, I wanted to talk about acknowledge that something's going on very serious in our country, and that's Hurricane Ian. Perry,
Mhm.
you've been watching the news. What have you learned?
Oh,
Has
it's
it
just
hit
crazy. I
land?
mean, they're getting a lot of flood damage really bad. Like they showed one guy, the water was almost up to his kitchen counter. It's like,
Oh,
damn, I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, and it's steady moving up the coast in Florida. I mean, moving all the way up. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh my gosh. You know, that's one of the reasons I would never move to Florida. They have them every couple years. They have hurricanes every year, but then
Mhm.
every couple years they get really bad like this one. And do you know what level it is?
It was,
Are people safe?
in the
That's what I want to
category
know.
4, they said when it hit, it's still a 4 across, going
It's
all the way up
category
right now.
4.
hmm I mean,
Ooh,
they were saying
someone
that
said they live in
they
Florida. I missed it. Where is it?
they were saying it's like the fourth biggest hurricane that ever hit United States.
Oh my
And they were
gosh.
saying stuff like that. Don't quote me, but it was somewhere up in there.
All things Nella, we are praying for you that you don't get it bad. This is whew.
It got to be scary.
It's gotta be scary.
hmm
But people flood to Florida in the masses. They love Florida. But I
hmm
feel like they have a hurricane every year, and then they have
Uh-huh.
a big one every couple years. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yep.
Wow. A lot of people
Just
are
wishing
there.
them the best though, because it's gonna be hell.
Yeah, so our prayers are going out to you guys. What are they telling them to do? Just what can
I
you do?
mean,
Just
well, they were saying leave if you can, but how do you know where it's gonna hit? And then now a lot of people, they said over 1 million people without power. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
no.
So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
1 million people without power?
It's gonna get worse. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me put up some of these prayers and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just hope everything's okay and that we don't have any casualties. We are praying for you guys in Florida. Oof. So
hmm
we know you got serious things to do. And a lot of people on the East Coast, because did your brother say that they were in danger of one too?
No, no, not yet, but it's going up. It's
What
going all
about
the way
Roy
up through
in
Florida. Oh
Jacksonville?
well, it's supposed to be right outside Jacksonville, so I'm not
Oh
sure.
my
Yeah.
gosh. So we've got family and friends in this area.
hmm
I'm born and raised here. A category 4 will pick up your car and land it on your house. It's
Damn.
scary. They have shelters here. Even the shelters, I'm just panicking. I cannot live in Florida. It's a great place to live besides the hurricanes. I love
hmm
Miami. I love Orlando. There's nice places in Jacksonville. Mm. We're just praying for you guys. We are sorry. Unfortunately, we have to move on. And but just know that you guys are in our prayers.
Yeah,
Everyone's
for sure.
everyone's saying that. Yeah.
hmm
All right. Let's move on to uh Bishop, the bishop. Oh my God.
hmm
I'm gonna put this picture up first because this is how I like to remember him in my head. Uh if you guys aren't familiar with the name Bishop Lamar Whitehead, You should be. Okay. That's that clown that claims to be a preacher and is suing Larry Reed and King Jives. He also was accused of having a robbery in at his church, which nobody believed. And then he allegedly stole money from one of the people in his church and didn't invest it and wouldn't give it back. And then he went to prison for identity theft for 5 years. And he's done something else. Okay.
Oh, with the
So
lady in the church.
yeah, he stole her money. I got
No, no, no. The
oh,
lady.
and then he choked
Yeah.
someone. That's right. He choked
Yeah.
Tasha Howard. Okay, he choked her in the church because she really wasn't agreeing to what he was saying, and he called her a disruption. And then he also, don't forget this part, Perry. You might not know this. Blamed Larry Reed and King Jives for her.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For sending them over there. Yeah.
He said
And see, you
that.
know what? I don't know. Like like I said, when people tell you something, you got two choices. You can either believe them or
Uh-huh.
not believe them. And I don't know what happened at the church. I don't. I don't know what happened at the church. And I'll
Perry,
honestly
I
say that.
doubt that Larry Reed and King Jives sent someone over there so they can be
Oh yeah.
strangled.
I'm just saying with that, I mean, because I can't really speak on I can have an opinion on whether
Yeah,
I think they did or not. I can
yeah.
have an opinion whether I think the church was robbed or not. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a lot of things I can just have an opinion on, but I wasn't there. So I can't say these things with 110% didn't happen or did happen.
Let's get
Can't
in
say.
what he wants to talk about today. You are so right, Perry. We have to watch our language around here and
Mhm.
remember that nothing, even if I have this strong feeling, I'm not always 100% correct. Okay. And today's story is proof of that. Okay, so today, uh, it's being reported by the Daily Mail. They were the first people to report it. A couple other outlets have picked it up that two men have been arrested in the robbery of his church. Somebody should put the clown bishop in freaking jail. It gets worse. If you thought you were disgusted by him before, just wait until you hear what I have to say today. So, according to this article, pardon me, I got to be very accurate. 3 men are involved, 2 have been arrested.
Mhm.
Now, I've searched high and low. I don't know their names. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. They don't talk about the men.
They
They
mentioned I know one of I read an article, they mentioned one of them name. I can't remember it, but they mentioned one of them's name.
you got to give me the name because I
It
want
was
to look into
it
these
was New
people
York Post. New York Post, let me
because
see.
I need their name. With the articles that I have read, including the Daily Mail, which is pretty big outlet, they don't mention the men's name. They just
I
said
think
that
it mentioned because
what their
they had arraignment at 2 o'clock today, and
today.
then yeah, they supposed to had an arraignment at 2 o'clock East Coast time, and then he came on his Instagram, no Facebook. Well, it could have been both of them.
We'll
But
get
I
to
see
that.
him
We'll
on
get to that.
Facebook,
We'll get to that.
and
Yeah,
he
we'll
was
get to
saying
that.
that he was going to have a press conference to thank all law enforcement, all the
I
people
have
in
the
that
press
neighborhood,
conference.
everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you know the name, Perry. I didn't see the name. Okay, here's a picture of the church. It's no secret the church is in the hood. It's quite raggedy. It is what it is. I'm not saying this to be mean. Take a look at it. Not someone would have to know that he was wearing not $1 million anymore. Now they are changing the verbiage to $400,000. They stole $400,000 worth of merchandise,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
also, he gave this picture ourselves. There's not a lot of people to go to this church. A lot of empty seats. Okay, so he feels vindicated. Okay. He gave a press conference. I'm not going to play the whole press conference because it was eloquently staged. I'll let you see a little bit glimpse of it. I can't find any other press that was there. The press conference looks like it was held at City Hall. Now, don't forget, his bestie is the mayor. Okay. His bestie's mayor. Why your last press conference was at that raggedy church? Now you're having a press conference at City Hall. And not only that, the mayor is still saying that he supports him and believes him and will back him 100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. We can't really hear what's going on. I just want you to see how he filmed his press conference. Okay. It's at the, it looks like town hall. He's got his own cameras rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't find any footage right now where the actual press have released their end. So this is, we're going to see the back of his head.
Do you
Someone
think
said,
he possibly might run for president in 2024?
someone in the chat said, I can't either. Hold on, it gets worse. So here's the press conference. It's hard to hear. He has like staged out. He's walking nice. You know, he's in another little leprechaun suit.
All right, just let me know.
This is so dramatic. This is so dramatic.
All right.
I want you to watch him walking in slow-mo, like rap videos. He's a very tiny man, by the way. Looks about 5 feet, 2 inches. Kind of small, kind of small.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good
Dr. Michael
afternoon.
Jackson,
Bishop, your thoughts?
He's famous.
We saw Mr. Polak staring you down as he walked into the courtroom.
Well, let me just first give my address and I'll answer whatever
See, it's
questions.
very hard to hear. That's why I'm going to stop it. But you got the dramatic entrance, you know, like he's, who's somebody famous? Like he walks out like he's coming to a concert, like he's Drake. Okay, got the little leprechaun suit on again. He would go on to say how happy he is that these men have been arrested. No one believed him. He feels vindicated. He said he can get flashbacks of his baby girl crying, and it's really a traumatic time. And he will be at every what do you call it when they go to court? He'll be at every court hearing. Yeah, he'll be at every hearing. And you know what? I am a real respectful person, and I am very well aware that I don't know everything, right? But I could be wrong. I can't stand this man. Okay? I don't like him.
Especially, he would never be your bishop.
Never. I think he's a con artist, and I'm allowed to say that. Just like you're allowed to say what you want, Bishop, on your damn Instagram when you are dragging Larry Reed. Let me read this really quickly. How can that lying bishop afford all that Gucci and jewels when the church is empty? Exactly. Yeah. He's laundering money through it, my opinion. Other opinions are that church, that ran down church, is a front for something else. I'll put it that way. But we have no evidence of that. That's how a lot of people feel. A lot of people do not like him. Right. But let me tell you, so he's mad. He's upset. He's still mad at King Jives and Larry Reed. Mm-hmm. And he is threatening Larry Reed, slandering his name. I'm going to show you the clownery that's been going on. But I wanted you guys just to briefly hear where the anger stemmed from. He did an interview with Larry Reed in which Larry Reed didn't believe him, but he would call Larry Reed co-host, the one that was on this video with him fat and a blimp. He called a woman a blimp. Okay, you got a lot of them. Okay, because I could call you a con artist. He also called Larry Reed the F word. He didn't say F word. He said the word.
Yeah.
Okay? Which we all know is very offensive to the LGBTQ community, okay? I don't have anything against religious people, but religious leaders are sometimes the biggest scammers ever. Well, look.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to watch the big ones. But this one, he's not in a big church. But I want to just play you really quickly how he called this woman a blimp. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but further on, he actually called her fat. He called Larry Reed the F word. Now, let me just refresh your memory.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on one second. Nobody wants to talk to you, Biggie. Nobody wants to talk to you, Biggie. All right? For women. No. Don't talk about women now. Don't talk about women because y'all laugh. Y'all laugh when Larry said about if that's really true. That's what you said, Larry, and y'all laughed. And what you did was you laid on your carpet. You laid on your carpet and pretended to be me. You're disrespectful, okay? You're disrespectful.
This man won't clap
And at the
so
end of the
bad.
day,
That's why he
at the
on
end
the
of the
line.
day, Larry, at the end of the day, Larry, at the end of the day, I respected you. And you want to talk about the LBGT community? We had a conversation. And my position was that I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I'm not, if homosexuality is an abomination.
No, you're mean. You're mean.
What are you talking about mean? How am I mean?
You're
I'm not
mean.
mean. You're mean.
Hold on.
You're mean. You're
you're
mean. Because at the end of the day, y'all sitting here and laughing at something that 4 gunmen could have took my family life, and y'all sitting here making a mockery of it, all right?
We are
and
not.
This big blip right here want to sit here and talk about women, all right? And you want to sit here and validate homosexuality because you just admitted that you're a faggot.
There. Did you hear him? Called them the F word.
Yeah.
Diva, I just heard that you're in the chat, so I dropped the link. Come on up. He called him the F word, okay? Yep. That is his rude. What kind of bishop talks like that?
You see, that's the whole thing. Like, some of the language, like that part, you know, you can't use those kind of words. But I would find the guy a little bit entertaining, a little bit, if he wasn't a bishop, pastor, or something.
You're saying you hold the title of bishop. Act like it. You call somebody the F word, okay, and then you get mad because nobody believes that cockamamie story that you got robbed. You and your wife were the only 2 people that they robbed.
Right.
And that raggedy ass church.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and play this. So as he's doing a victory speech, he went on last night and publicly threatened Larry Reed again.
Wow.
He threatened him. If you do anything that involves the church, I'm coming after you. He also played tapes of Larry Reed saying, I don't identify as gay, but I've had gay experiences. It gets kind of vulgar. Listen, he's trying to act like being gay, he shouldn't be in the church because he's gay and don't believe him because he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
You are a bully. You are a bully, con artist with a criminal history. I bet you Larry Reed hasn't been to jail for identity theft. I bet you that. He's horrible. Listen to this, and you guys, this is bad. Hold on. It is so bad. My hands are shaking. Just listen to this. It's 3 minutes, you guys. It's 3 minutes.
This with these alleged, it's all alleged text messages from Larry Reed to one of the alleged victims.
You live through it. You know what I'm saying? You live through it. And so to hear someone describe your experience as...
Well, let's pause there real quick. And I just want to take a quick commercial break. When he said you lived through it, I just want to take a quick commercial break. And
I understand if a pastor, leader, teacher ends up sleeping with a student or however. I understand that can get sticky. I get all of that. The situations that I've been in, you know, as a pastor, as a mentor, you know, I'm not proud of those situations. I would never tell you. And if they ever came out, I probably would deny. I ain't gonna say that.
what is wrong with y'all? You see, Larry Reed, you mess with the wrong preacher, all right? You mess with the wrong preacher, and I ain't scared, all right? I will put your allegations out, and you know I got more. I got more, and I got a lawyer. I got lawyers. I have a team. I am established, and you ain't scaring me. You mess with the wrong one. You laid down and mimicked the robbery of my church. You laugh when the gunman put the gun in my 8-month-old daughter's face. You mess with the wrong one. The wrong one. Now, the tables will turn. Y'all want a new commercial? All right, now listen. If you have any kids around, okay, you got to close their ears on this commercial. All right, this is straight from Larry Reed's production.
Let me say this to people that use calling somebody gay or homosexual like it's a weapon. Whenever somebody do that, you let me know who you are. Well, number one, you let me know you're not culturally sensitive and you're not even aware of the time that we're living in. That's no longer okay. You will lose endorsements and everything moving like that. And that's not an insult to me. I am 100% clear on who I am. 100%. And I do not identify as gay. Have I sucked the dick? I have. I did not enjoy it. Oh, shit. Have mine been sucked? Yes, and I actually enjoy that.
Oh, God.
I have actually sucked the dick. I did enjoy because they were sucking mine so good, so I had to repay.
And this is a pastor. This is a pastor. And this Negro got a nerve to try to come for me. If I romp with me, I romp with me. And y'all want to sit here and talk about y'all not going to follow my ministry. Y'all better follow my ministry. You ain't got to worry about none of that. But I want you to know, Larry Reed, every single time you talk on any platform and you try to discredit these allegations by saying that the case was thrown out, I'm coming right back at you.
What kind of bishop is that, Perry?
I don't know.
That was it
know.
makes me shake. I'm so mad. I'm so
yeah.
mad. I have a lot of gay friends. I have gay people in my family. Who are you, the damn bishop who people turn to for spiritual guidance?
Yeah.
To act like use that as a weapon against him. I'm so mad.
Right. And, and this battle is going on against two pastors. They going back and forth with each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, Larry stopped. Larry has taken counsel advice. He's not said a word about it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is, though, like, if these guys were just saying this stuff and was on street corners and stuff, you'd be like, okay, whatever. But coming from your pastor,
exactly.
Just, I don't know. It seems like it's a lot for me. It's a lot.
It's a lot for me too. He's blackmailing him. He's saying, if you say anything about the church now, your church that he's in, anybody's church, he wants to push him out back into the secular world. He's saying, I don't want you to have anything to do with the church anymore. He's bragging, acting like something's wrong with Larry because he admitted that something happened in his past. Mm-hmm. He's teamed up with Tasha K. He's just a horrible human being.
Yeah.
He outed the other people who have been struggle with being touched. I can't use the N word.
Right.
And if this was so bad and you couldn't stand Larry Reed for taking advantage of people under 18, why didn't you go to the cops? Mm-hmm. Who put you in charge? What made this your case? This isn't about them damn kids or Larry. This is about your ego because you couldn't take it because Larry didn't believe your robbery. No one did, as a matter of fact.
Right. Even
that stage thing he did today, I don't care. If anything, I'm looking at, where's that picture? His bestie, the mayor, side eye. You know this man is a crook with a criminal past, and you stand by his side through the bad and good times. You have to know, calling women blimps is not cool.
Well, yeah.
From a preacher. Mayor Eric Adams, you should be kicked out of office for associating with people like this. And my grandmother just told me, you're no better than the company you keep. In other words, if I'm a crook, all my friends are going to be a crook. I am dealing with other crooks. If I'm a good person, most of the time, all my friends are good people. This man, in my opinion, and just like you were allowed to give your opinion last night, Bishop, you know, when you said that what he did was disgusting and you thought that no man should be a preacher that just put his lips down there on another man. Remember? You went through all this? Mm-hmm. So I'm allowed to have my opinion. I don't like you. You're a crook. You're a felon. You're thirsty for fame. You call a press conference for every... Look, your news was not that big deal. I cannot find one. You weren't on CNN. Like, I want to see one news footage of you. Sheila says, isn't it strange that the feds arrested the 2 alleged robbers and not the NYPD? Whitehead should be worried that he is next, which is my opinion. I hope
Yeah.
that if he did anything wrong, that they nail his butt to the cross. What you're doing to Larry Reed, you should be ashamed of yourself. You go on night after night after night. And it had to be. So this is an old case. I said about 10 years old. And this blog, Larry Reed sued the blogger that was doing all of this. And a part of the settlement, it's not an open case, it's a settlement. What he means by open case, that if anybody breaks that settlement, they can go back. Well, you know, Larry Reed now, according to the rumors, is looking into suing that blogger. His name is Daryl. These tapes about this 10-year-old or plus years back case, who would keep this but Daryl?
Mm-hmm.
But whoever gave Bishop Whitehead these tapes, they need to be reprimanded. If all parties decided to drop the case, then they need to abide by the terms of dropping the case. And the terms were no one were to speak of it again.
Right.
So Larry's damned if he do and damned if he don't.
Right. You know what was like crazy about, like, I guess maybe I'm old school. You know, back in the day, you go to church and your pastors, your preachers, we used to call most of them preachers back in the day, wouldn't sit back and laugh at the allegations. And yeah, what did he do?
With the candy, even
yeah.
All of that was foolery. That was foolery.
They did this and did this. You know, on a serious tip, if you had proof the man did something illegally, as a pastor, preacher, bishop, as a human, you would go turn his ass in. If you want to make a mockery out of it just for this and that. I mean, back in the day, preachers would try to save people that was on drugs. They would try to rehab them.
Yep.
Criminals, they would try to put them on a straight and narrow. What kind of preacher would sit back and just, showtime, folks? My YouTube channel is coming, folks. It's almost like, I mean, you know, that will keep people from going to church these days, really. A lot of people, in my opinion, I just think people see, and not all pastors or preachers are bad.
No.
But it only take a few. It only take a few. And then you get this reputation. It's like at the post office. You have one mad one go off. Now the whole post got his name. It's the same with the ministry. Most of these preachers and stuff are doing the right thing from their heart and for religious purposes. But a few of them, like him, in my opinion, is just doing it for the coin.
He's mad at Larry Reed. He's mad. And he also wants to get pub out of this.
Right.
And I forgot to mention this. During this hour and a half, it was almost 2 hours last night, he also told everyone that he gives classes in real estate. He teaches people how to do real estate. And if you are in the chat today and you want him to come to some of his classes, he'll give you a discount.
Yeah. See, it's a, you know what? Hustlers market it. They market anything. They're in the back alley. Behind 7-Eleven. They marketing every damn thing they can get. And see, like, you know, so nobody taking the wrong way. I won't even, you know, I'm about to change his name to Bishop Smollett.
You're going to call him Bishop Smollett.
You know what, though? Because I'm going to tell you something. Just in my opinion, it don't really sit right with me. Now, I could be wrong. Like I said, we don't know what happened in church. But to me, because now the things he's saying on his thing, like things that actually happened, somebody had a weapon to his child. No, I don't condone none of that. But I haven't seen none of that neither. I seen 3 men casually walk in, casually speed out. Right?
Let me tell you something.
It just, you know, go ahead.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bishop Smollett didn't work out some kind of crazy deal with these thugs, okay, and then turned around and reported them. He
Okay.
can't be trusted. There's no code for con artists. There's no code of ethics. So
Okay.
for some reason, if these men really did it, that's a bad thing to do. You need to pay the price for what you did. But this doesn't make me like Bishop Smollett. He is a lying jackass, in my opinion.
And
I
I
think he
take some
makes
words
the
from him.
hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
I take some
And
words from him too. We
he,
need
go ahead.
answers. We need answers. And the reason why I need an answer is for this, right? Like I can't remember who just posted the thing up. Why did the feds have to get him? And then now you'll be vindicated if and when they are proven guilty.
Uh-huh.
They alleged also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So are we just throwing them under the bus? He didn't want nobody to go and just say it's for a fact.
Yeah.
And where's the third person?
Bishop Smollett, this doesn't feel right. I'm going to use your words verbatim. You said this about Larry Reed, and I'm going to say this about you. I need answers.
Mm-hmm.
I need answers. This is alleged, but I need answers.
Right. So
should we reach out to the NYPD? I need answers. Anybody in the chat, go ahead and reach out to I'm doing exactly what he did yesterday. Yeah. Anybody in the chat, go ahead and reach out to the NYPD if you want answers, because we don't need people like this running a church, do we? Alleged. This is all alleged, but I need answers. Bishop Smollett, we need answers.
Yeah. And look, the robbery ain't been solved yet. These two men that they got in custody haven't been proved guilty yet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then even if I go back to Smollett case, wasn't it two people that got picked up and accused?
Yeah.
That later came out to be.
Yeah.
It was only part of the crime.
Yeah. So stop acting vindicated, Bishop Smollett. They arrested two people, just like they did in the Jussie Smollett case. They arrested the two African brothers. Turned out, you know who the true culprit was? Jussie Smollett. I wouldn't be surprised if you're behind all of this, you damn con artist. And it really makes me mad because we need our preachers to be trustworthy, because we go to them for spiritual advice. We don't go to them to tell us the latest scam, the latest scheme, how to get money, how to do this. Listen, I heard the rumor that when people go to prison, they don't get reformed. They come out better criminals. You've been in prison. Sing Sing. Remember, you hate us to say, you've been to Sing Sing. Okay, you're a felon. You came out a better criminal, if you ask me. I'm just saying, I need answers. I don't know if you're a bad person. I just need answers.
Yeah.
But anyway, his foolery got really bad because there were people in his chat that actually said, and people making videos that actually said, and it really made me throw up, that gay people can't be Christians.
Why not?
Because it doesn't add up, because Christians know not to do things like that. And it really set up a dialogue for this negative, homophobic conversation. It was sickening that some people in that damn chat listen to this fool.
Well, yeah.
And that's my opinion. I can call you a fool all day. It's my opinion. You're a con artist. And you're a felon. The felon part is not in my opinion. You're a felon. And I don't know where you got your license. People say on the internet, it is a course for $100, but maybe you didn't take that. I don't know. But your license needs to be reexamined, because you are not acting like a respected member of the community. And to straight out threaten Larry Reed the way that you did, shame on you. I'm talking too long. Hold on. Let me do this next story real quick. So, and also I just wanted to mention one more time, I want everybody to be extremely leery of these two men, both of them. The mayor, Eric, what's his name again? Eric Adams. Suspicious. How do you back a felon like this? Okay. And then, Bishop Smollett, listen, I wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw you. You are you scream con artist. Let me hurry up because we got other stories to talk about. Okay. So, if you want to represent the two idiots, go ahead. But it really sparked a horrible conversation. I don't know why you are defending Larry. They're both trash. I'm defending Larry because I wouldn't want anybody to do me like that. Get mad at me because I don't believe your cockamamie stories, then try to use my sexuality against me. I don't know how you support that. That's cool with you, Belina? That's cool? It's not cool. Your preacher sending threats? That's okay with you? I don't know what kind of church you went to, but the kind I went to, I valued my pastor. I told him all my secrets. I needed him to be the only adult in the room. So I don't know what kind of church you go to or what kind of morals you have, but you can go ahead and be with with Bishop Smollett if you want to. And you might just be his next victim. That man is a con artist, in my opinion. So you're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
And I'm entitled to mine.
And just to clear it up too, when they come across and say, are you defending? There's no need to defend. Is Larry in court for anything? Larry, whatever they had was a legal thing. And if anybody, Larry, the bishop, my wife, anybody did anything wrong, shame on you. Nobody's defending nobody, but we're talking about what was in the news today.
And how he's acting to threaten somebody. You heard the tapes. If you say anything more on this, there'll be more to come. That's a threat.
Right.
Now, I don't know what kind of life you have, and we're all entitled to ours, but for me, that doesn't fly. To take somebody homosexuality and say, he shouldn't be a preacher, he's gay. That's okay with you? That's okay?
I mean, yeah.
Girl,
It's okay.
stop.
I mean, everybody's gonna have different opinions.
Get out of here
that's
with
fine.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just don't, it has nothing to do with me believing Larry or what happened or contacting Daryl. I'm saying what I'm seeing with my own eyes as a bishop is downright disgusting. Like Perry said, maybe if you was just a regular con artist, it might be funny. But it's not funny when you're the damn pastor, preacher of the church. You're using religion as a weapon. Girl, please. Let me move on. I have to do another story. I know. Unfortunately, listen, I do have a platform, people. And on my platform, I get to talk about the things that I want to talk about. And if you don't like what I talk about, go get your own platform, because I'm going to talk about the stories that interest me. And so let's move on to the next story here. Okay, Stella's Fish Cafe. I'm not trying to put you on blast, okay?
Shit.
I'm just trying to say I will never, ever eat at this restaurant. I'm sorry. Stella, don't get mad at me. I know you work hard, but let me show you. This was just downright disgusting. How this woman found a mouse. Oh my God. I can't. You guys know I'm very
They
in
don't
her
show it,
food.
dude.
I'm
They
going to
don't
show
show
it to you.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
This is what she's seen.
Well, okay.
Yeah. I will never eat at Stella's again, y'all. This is fucking serious. I will never.
Oh.
Look at her. Oh my God.
Mice at Stella's. All in the food.
Oh,
Let me
Lord.
play it again.
No.
Because you're having a hard time seeing it. Perry, do you see?
I finally seen it.
I will never eat at Stella's again.
I
See the
his tail
going into
I
the
see
mashed
it.
potatoes?
I see it. Oh,
I'm not
my
trying
God.
to put you on blast, Stella, but you have a rodent problem. Now, according to Stella, they have fixed the rodent problem, and it's all clear for people to come back and eat. No, I'm sorry.
Damn. Ooh, okay.
Would you, Perry?
Oh, hell no.
I will never eat at Stella's again. Oh my God. I guess with every place you take a risk where you eat out. But
Right.
he was, and I'm always leery to eat. What do they call them when you have the open buffets?
Yeah. And he was all up on a buffet. He was all up in it. He wanted to be seen.
Did you see it?
He sort of reminded me of Bishop Smollett.
David says the pastor, the local church in my town is lesbian. People don't care. Don't get me started. I don't think you should use someone's sexual preferences as a weapon.
This is my thing though, and like I'm not big on religion. Like I'm no guy that go to church. So if I'm saying it's just my opinion, why couldn't a person that was gay not be accepted into a church? Exactly. When you got fake people in the church, you got ex-criminals coming to the church, you got people that's cheating on their spouses all up in the church.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of preachers out there freaking his flock.
Yeah.
Probably while he's in the church. So I'm just saying, like, when people said, I seen somebody in the comments said something like, "Don't judge for you will be judged." Right. It go both ways. I get what you're saying. If we judge somebody can judge us. I'm fine with that. But why do the church have to discriminate on people like that? If that person or whoever want to get into the Bible, it should be your job just to teach them that.
You should never be like, this person can't get a job because they're gay. This person can't live here because they're gay.
Right.
I'm not down with that. As an African American, I know how it feels to be discriminated against. Period. You should not do that because of someone's sexuality. Are you out of your mind? Yeah. That's just ridiculous. Let's start taking phone calls.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have something else to say?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Hi, Sebastian.
What's up?
Hey, Andrea. Sebastian, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys very well.
Thank you for sending me to Bishop Smollett's chat. Sound off. Some people are in the chat are upset because they feel that I'm promoting homosexuality.
No.
Okay. No, you're just promoting like everyone should live their life how they want to live it. That's what you're promoting. Right. First of all, I want to say this. This is not a bishop. And the people who follow him and even though there's a small amount of people who still go to the church are idiots.
Exactly.
And you are dumb. You are the most stupidest person on this planet to go to this man's church.
He's a con artist. If you ask me, he's a con artist.
Every religion, almost in every religion, spiritual leaders are very calm, reserved, and you can tell them your business and nothing will happen. That's how it's supposed to be. But this man right here is not a spiritual leader. This is a kindergartner with mental issues gone AWOL. I'm tired of this. Like, it's going crazy.
Andrea, you grew up in the church. Speak your piece.
I grew up in the Baptist church. Okay, my daddy was a deacon, and my mother was on the motherboard. I have never seen a preacher come out on YouTube and act this way. They don't do that. He's a pimp, low down preacher.
You just called him a pimp.
Oh my God.
Andrea! He reminds you of
Let me tell you something. If you're from the old school of church, you know that pastors do not act this way.
They don't.
They don't.
Does that mean I'm down with Larry Reed or support everything Larry Reed does? Because I think
down with him. He's stupid. Pastors don't do this.
Larry Reed is messy too, but this one is just crazy.
But you know what? This is against God and the practice of the word.
Yeah.
My dad always said, bless his soul, you better learn the word of the Bible. And the people that is in his church, they're lost. They're confused. They got a con artist that's messing with their mind.
Yeah. It's a form of brainwashing.
Yes.
I mean, he's got these people believing all of this stuff while you're taking the one lady's money, putting your arms around another one's neck. What is wrong with you? People thinking that.
But you know what my dad always said? Just because the pastor in the pulpit that call himself reading and reciting the verses of the Bible, you better open up your Bible and learn the word, because what he said may not be correct.
Amen.
You just can't
also
act like this and be a preacher. I don't even know I don't know Larry Reed on a personal level. I seen his channel. I liked it, but I'm not vouching for his life. I don't know what he does. I seen his, but that doesn't mean that I'm standing by him no matter what. No, what I'm saying is if you're going to carry the title bishop, then you better act like one, because you are in charge of, you have a moral responsibility. I'll put it that way.
But you know what?
Also, I have a question.
I'm going to say this and I won't get out. In the Bible, in Matthew, it speaks, beware of false prophets.
Yeah.
God,
terrible.
God said, know my word, beware of false prophets.
Amen.
People do not want to read that, but I'm going to tell you something. That crooked, low down, no good scandal man.
No, he is. Andrea, one more question. Would you go back to Stella's?
Hell no.
But they fixed the road. They fixed the problem, Andrea.
Look, I like to go to buffets, but hell no. Oh, no.
All right.
I don't eat rats, mice. I don't eat nothing like that. No.
That is so funny. Someone said Stella is over. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but it happened, Stella. It happened.
But Stella needs to clean her shop up. It's nasty.
She says she did, and that it's nice and safe now.
I have something to say about that.
She was cleaning with her eyes closed.
That is disgusting. Once I get a visual, I can't go back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrea. Hi, banter, babe. Sound off. What did you want to add to the conversation?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I just came to play. I know we're being a bit religious. I just came to play a bit of devil's advocate because I've been listening to the show and I can kind of understand both sides. So I just wanted to give some perspective, if that was okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay, so when it comes to the two pastors, I can see both arguments of why people agree and disagree. Is it the one that begins, there's the one that's being attacked, what's his name?
Bishop Whitehead.
Okay, so Bishop Whitehead, I can understand why some people.
No, Bishop Whitehead is not being attacked. He's the one who's attacking.
Hold on, Sebastian. Let her talk. Hold on. Go ahead,
banter. With the guy that is attacking, he's dead wrong. If you really have, been vindicated in a robbery and people have been arrested, then the facts would speak for themselves. You don't need to do all the talking. And also the fact that he's, violent towards women, he's put women down, attacked women, and coming after someone's sexuality, that's completely wrong. I don't agree with that because at the end of the day, so what if someone's straight, gay, whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is the person's character and how they treat you. But then on the flip side, I could where that bishop played the tape of recording of the guy admitting that, he's had relations with men, which is totally fine. I guess people are feeling a bit weirded out about it because it's a bit of an oxymoron. In the Bible, it tells you, and I'm not talking about 2012 Bible. I'm talking about the Bible that we've all grown up with. I'm talking about people born in the 50s up until 1990s. The Bible we all grew up with is told us, that homosexuality is wrong. So it's a bit of an oxymoron.
Where is that in the Bible?
Wait, I haven't finished. It's a bit of an oxymoron when a priest admits to doing that. I can see where that makes people feel, uncomfortable. However, me being Afro-European and coming from Africa, I know for me, when it comes to Christianity, and I don't want to offend any Americans, I'm just going to say what it is for me.
Hold on, let her finish. Go ahead.
When it comes to Christianity, I know as an African, there was no Christians that got on the ship at all. We were either Muslims or we were practicing our own religion, which people want to call voodoo. and associate it with bad things, which it's not. That is just our religion. There are things you can do that can create bad things, and there are things that you can do. You know, all religions have good and bad. That's what I'm trying to say. So when it comes to, you know, when I see African Americans talking about the Bible and this and the other, I very much feel like it's very much rooted in, because I'm from England and I know that the Bible that was given out was written in favor of a king.
That's an argument for religion. We're not saying don't believe what you believe. Your religion's your religion. We're just saying that
it's wrong for him to go after sexuality, and I totally agree. But I was just saying, for both arguments, I can see why some Christians, with the guy that has had sexual encounters with another man,
you're saying it's going to make some people feel uncomfortable and they don't want to go back to that church. If you are
no, I don't. If you feel uncomfortable, but that shouldn't stop you from going to the church, because in essence, the church is for everybody. The church is for everybody. In the Bible, it says Jesus helped the people that were sinners. Those were the people that he was trying to look after and help. So, like, and in the end, at the end of the day, we're all saints, we're all sinners. It just depends on what you see as good as bad. But ultimately, religion is open to all. A religion is about learning and understanding. So you shouldn't shame anyone based on their sexuality or their beliefs. Like, at the end of the day, we're all human. And I believe that our the Most High, he's the ultimate judge, not us.
Andrea, you sound like you want to respond. Go ahead.
I want to respond after Andrea.
I really do. By me being married to an African man, and by me being a African and American, I pray and I believe into the ancestors.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, let me finish. What I want to say is this, that when you get in the pulpit, you are an ambassador of God, and you're supposed to preach the word of God. You are not the judger. God is the judger of everybody in this world, not you.
I'm not judging anybody. I think you're attacking me for no reason.
I'm not attacking.
Like, have I hit a nerve or something? I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to do anything like that.
We're not going to use that. Don't use that, okay? I'm not attacking you. I'm very passionate about my religion and about my ancestors. I'm not attacking you, so don't use that. Please don't do that. I'm just making a point. I grew up in the church, the Baptist church. I also grew up in the Holiness Church, if you know about the Holiness religion, that the pastor is an ambassador of God to teach the word of God. God is the one that chooses where you're going to go when you die.
That's understandable, but you're speaking from a church perspective.
Can I speak?
I'm speaking from
hold on, Sebastian, hold on.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm gonna drop you guys because this is not a conversation about religion.
Yeah, I don't want to get into no arguments. I was just saying I can understand from both sides, and I think like anyone is welcome at the church. I don't think anyone should be judged on their past, and I think both of the pastors are taking low blows at each other. You know, they both just need to chill and focus on what they're there to do, and that, like you said, and that's to preach the word.
All
you know.
Thank
and
you
Andrea,
so much,
I'm not
Banter,
trying to
for
offend
calling
you.
in. Thank you,
No, it's
Andrea.
okay.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
ladies.
I'm not trying to argue about what religion is the best.
Right.
I'm not trying to do that.
No,
Hi,
you know,
Sheila.
I mean, she was just playing devil's advocate. Just basically, and from what I understand, she was saying if both are pastors, because they keep saying Larry is. I don't know if
Yeah,
he
he
still
is.
practice. Is he still? I mean, I don't know. Once you're a pastor, always. I don't know. She's saying both of them throwing low blows. She see both sides, but whatever.
Mel, sound off.
Well, I was going to say, what was the name of that restaurant, that women's restaurant again?
Stella's.
Miss Stella. Listen, I heard about putting your foot in your food, and that's some mices. My gosh, that was a lot. I was like, oh my gosh. So I think that Miss Stella needs some bleach. She needs some dish detergent. She needs a lot. Well, not in the food, on the walls, on the floors, on the handles, on everything. You got to clean up that whole place, make it bright, and making that a place that's not going to be good for those minds, because that was a hot mess. But when it comes to this, I'm a gay man, gay black man, so I want to talk about this situation, and I want to say to you, Sharrell, you know what? Thank you so much today, because we were doing a good show and everything like that, and you came out and say, I don't like what you said. You just come up here talking about people's, sexuality and stuff like that. And I thank you for taking that stand. For me, I just think that, and this, in my opinion, allegedly, I think that what we call him, Pastor Smollett, I think that he's insecure about himself, and that's why I'll leave right there. Most men that I've known in my life who had an issue with other men being homosexual, which is none of your business, had some insecurities about themselves. Now, people can go in their head and try to think about what that means, but if you've been in prison, I'm sure you kind of get that. So I think that for me, it just feels like, you know what, you need to fix your demons and stop trying to put that on other people. Sexuality doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that you're enjoying yourself and you're having a good time with a person you love. Now,
when he played the tape of Larry Reed that said he had some encounters, he said, "Do you want a preacher like that?" That's what he said.
So with Larry Reed, I don't know him. And so I'll just say, just in general, because you said the chat was getting a little crazy over there when it came to this idea. I think that for me, in his church or anybody's church, maybe the last thing you would be troubled by is who goes to bed with. It may be how they treat their partner, how they work in society, what their beliefs are. There's so many things in this world that's more concerning about who you love, basically.
Yeah, if we start saying that gay people can't be preachers, what's next? They can't work at the bank. They can't work at the grocery store. Like, no, we live in America where we don't judge people by their sexuality,
by their race or their gender or anything else. I think that sexuality is the same in my mind as about your gender and about your race. So somebody else can, from a political stand, and say, "Oh, because you happen to be African American, you shouldn't do this."
Yeah,
it's very murky. It's very murky, that kind of situation.
LaShawn, sound off.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I feel like everyone is entitled to their right or their own belief or opinion, but I think that this pastor is just very derogative. I mean, just degrading. He's supposed to be an example to people. And it's one thing to say, I don't agree with the lifestyle, but to really be vulgar and just outright nasty it was unnecessary.
And the
It
reason,
really was.
don't forget, LaShawn, he mad because no one believed that cockamamie story for the robbery.
And nobody will. Nobody ain't trying to hear that. He listen. He paid them people to come up in the church because he been overspending, and he need that insurance money. He need that insurance.
The insurance
like
money.
Perry said, in the Jussie Smollett case, they did arrest the two African guys at first, and everyone was like, "Oh, they did it." But when we heard the story, Jussie was lying. Jussie, if you ask me, he was lying. And I just have a feeling this is going to come back to Bishop Smollett.
Yes, Perry, you gave him the right name, Smollett.
Yeah, I think so.
Smollett.
Bishop Smollett.
Hey, Diva, let me read these super chats really quick.
Okay.
There is no degree of sin. We are all sinners. Nobody, including Whitehead, should be judging anybody else. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care about what Larry Reed did or what's going on. I'm saying, what gives you the right to judge him because you think he
is no better, honey. He's definitely no better. He don't have the right or in the position to try to judge anybody.
I don't think that bishop had the right to judge somebody on death row. He probably had more sins and crimes of his own. So for him to try to sit up there and think he could judge somebody who's happen to be LGBT, whatever. He can't.
Let me read this really quick because I know Diva does not like to be interrupted. Okay, let's be clear. No one will be talking about this had Whitehead not started this fake robbery, in my opinion. Thank you, CT. Now he's back with two cousins who was caught. He already have his jury back.
Yeah.
Okay, Diva, sound off. I love to hear what you have to say.
You know what? I got to be real quick. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what disgraced me about his whole message last night? Your pastor, your bishop is supposed to teach you how to do better. He was teaching all his people how to be petty. Okay. He was sitting there playing a video of this man from whatever. He was making a mockery of it. He said, every blogger, whether you small, big, large, or whatever, hit me up in my DMs and I'll give you all the videos and the evidence because you want to spread this mockery and in these videos about this man when he had a low point in his life. Okay. So Who cares what he is? You supposed to teach us how to love and to do better with our lives. And you sitting there telling us how to just be bad human beings. I couldn't understand it and believe it. And every single time someone in his chat, they wasn't even coming at him hard. They was just saying, you a bishop, take the higher road. He was blocking them, deleting their comments and saying, get out of here. And let me know whoever is speaking against me. I never in my life, listen, pastors are human beings, right? I have run into some bad pastors. I've been going to church all my life. I never seen one that dirty and that low. So nobody is saying that Larry Reed is right. You are supposed to be a bishop. You're supposed to take the high road and show us the high road. And you was a disgrace. And anybody who did not see at the seeing that live that went to his church last night, you're supposed to be feeding the people goodness when you're in that pulpit. You was feeding nothing but hate, disgusting, and how to take revenge against people. And if he is of the Bible, right? If he is of the Bible, the Lord said, let revenges be mine. Okay.
Amen.
Okay.
You did that, Diva.
Yes, yes. So I'm just like, I was disgusted just watching it. I couldn't believe that this is where this man was. And okay, listen, if this robbery was what it was and all this, what you say it was going to be, right? And these men are caught. I just heard on the news, Sharrell, because I'm in the hospital. They said that the man. Okay.
You're in the hospital.
You're
at work. You're at work.
No, I'm not at work. I'm trying to. No. I'm here. It's all is good. Like I'm with somebody with a procedure, but I'm trying to get back in the video, Sharrell.
Okay.
But when I heard everything that he was saying, I was like, I can't even watch this anymore because this man took a position when you did. Bible also said, "Much is given, much is required." You are a bishop. How dare you do this and feed the people this wrong information like that? And he thought it was a joke. He was laughing, and he was also coming at this man's sexuality. I just thought it was disgusting. It was disgraceful. And you know what? His day is going to come. His day is going to come.
I still think he's related to the damn robbery. I'm not convinced.
Well, you know what? Like Perry said, because I was listening. You're right. Jussie Smollett people was caught. And look what they turned out to be.
Yeah.
And it was 2 men. It must be something with this too. The number 2. But listen, guys, I love you, Sharrell. Gotta go. Bye.
Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Okay. Hi, Don. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Hey, Sin.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, Don, sound off.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's a pleasure speaking with you. I came on before. I was on camera today. I'm looking a little busted, so I will not be joining you on camera. But really quickly about the situation with the quote unquote bishop. I live about 10 minutes away from the church, right? And I'm using the word church very, very loosely because it's not a church. Like when this whole thing happened, me and my friend, I'm not let me just preface everything by saying I'm not a religious person at all. Like I don't attend church or anything like that, but I definitely was, like nosy and curious about what the church looked like, right? So I teach classes on Saturday mornings, teach like, aerobics classes or whatever. So me and my friend went after the class just to go take a quick little drive over there to see what it looked like.
You did not.
It looks crazy. First, we thought that it was the church. So there's an actual church next door to where he's at. Right. So it's a church and it looks real run down and beat down or whatever. Right. But that's not even where he's at. Like where he had the press conference that was like in the very beginning of this whole situation. He held a press conference. He held the press conference in front of the church that was next to his thing. Where he's at is an event space. It's not even a church. It's an event space that I could email it to you. I don't know. You could give me your email. I can send it to you because I took 2 videos that day. It's a long time ago. I'm surprised this is not more like known or whatever. But anyway, it's an event space. Child, listen. When you look at it and you look up, there's no window in there. It's not even a window. It's not even a window. Wow. Okay. So, I just really wanted to just say a couple of things about, look, I don't even care. Like I said, I'm not religious or anything like that. But however, I definitely respect people's, right to, worship and do the things that they want to do and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that there's anything really particularly wrong for worshiping in a space like that. If that's really, you know what I'm saying, like you're humble or whatever, that's really all you have. That's cool. But sir, you live in a $4 million home. Okay.
Yep.
You're
Come on, tell the truth.
driving Bentleys, probably rented. Let's keep it a
Starving the
stack, right? Of
sheep.
course. So, you're driving Bentleys, you know what I'm saying? You have, custom made suits, because you're not getting that off the rack. It's fake, but it's still, they're still custom made regardless, right? So my thing is, I really honestly believe, allegedly, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I believe he's a scammer. I absolutely believe he's a scammer because the math isn't mathing. People talk about his congregants, even his online presence, like his online ministry, isn't yielding enough. You know what I'm saying? Like money for him to be even able to, because even if he's renting those vehicles and all of that stuff like that, it still costs a lot of money to rent a Bentley and push that type of, you know what I'm saying? Look at his wife. People haven't talked about her. I don't really want to disparage her or whatever, but I mean, come on, that's your freaking wife. You're the mother of your child, dripped in diamonds and stuff like that. People haven't really said too much about her because you don't really want to, because you don't want to like get her into quote unquote trouble, because she's not really, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, let's like not be stupid. Okay. The two of them are there together. You know what I'm saying?
Dawn, I'm not trying to be messy.
Exactly.
But I am. You gotta send me the tape.
Right. Okay. You lay with that man every single night. You guys live in the $4 million home. Don't tell me that you've turned a blind eye to everything. And I think another thing that I don't know why people haven't really addressed this, but I personally believe that allegedly Tasha K is absolutely behind this whole thing. Like,
that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
I'm saying this is alleged. This is my opinion. This is not Sharrell's show. This is my opinion.
What makes you think that?
The reason I think this is because, I mean, it's like super obvious. She just had mad beef with Larry Reid. And if you want to go back a little further, I don't want to go too far away from the topic of the show, but if you go back a little bit further, okay, I personally feel like the beef that Tasha K and Larry Reid was on purpose. Tasha K was looking for a reason not to mess with Larry Reid. Okay, so I don't know if you want to talk about that in another show or whatever, but
keep going. I'm trying to figure it out what you're saying. Okay, go ahead.
No. So they had beef with each other. Okay. There were conversations that they had that were, posted online. People were posting all this stuff, posting text messages between the two of them and stuff like that. This was recent beef over the course of the past maybe like 2 weeks, for the most recent beef that was posted online. Okay. Now all of a sudden, Tasha K gets into bed and, you know what I'm saying, lays in the dirt, in the gutter with this guy, Bishop Whitehead. First of all, the fact that she's even on camera with quote unquote Bishop Whitehead is suspect. Okay. Why would you even align yourself with somebody like that in the first place? Is because when she gave him that interview a long time ago, when this thing first happened, she knew that he would be beneficial to her in some kind of way. Okay. Tasha K plays chess, not checkers. Okay. So when she first linked up with this guy, she knew he would be able to get down in the gutter, in the dirt, and do her dirty work. This is not the first time that somebody has done Tasha K's dirty work for her, dealing with somebody. That's not the first time. This has happened many times in the past, honey. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. And if you even look at it, if you want to delve even a little bit deeper, look at his mannerisms. Look at how he is when he's talking to the people in the live, right? Who do you think is teaching him how to quote unquote blog like the way he's doing? That's not something he was doing before. Who you think is really pulling the strings behind him, telling him what Debo was even saying? Look, but for right now, block everybody who disagrees with you. You know what I'm saying? How would he even know how to do that as a quote unquote bishop? He's somebody who's accustomed to speaking with people, face to face or whatever in his congregation. Now, all of a sudden, you're just a natural like that. Come on. No one is stupid. We understand what's happening here. Okay. But the reason why I think it's going to backfire, and the person who's not going to get harmed is Tasha K is not going to get harmed. The reason why I think that that Bishop Whitehead is the one it's going to backfire, is because he absolutely, truly does not have clean hands. Okay. Look, we don't need a college degree to understand that the math is not mathing with him. With his congregants, there are literally, I think, 9 people or 10 people at any given time on a Sunday. I'm not joking. I'm not, I swear on everything. Yes, exactly. And
you gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not. There's literally like 9 or 10 congregants in the church. I swear I'm not joking. I swear I'm not. And then the people who, a lot of his followers on Instagram, look, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want to get you in trouble, but he does not have that amount of people on Instagram. A lot of those accounts that are quote unquote following him have been purchased. Okay. My belief is, I believe, okay, that this whole situation with the church and stuff like that is just a front for whatever he has going on.
It's the easiest way.
Yeah, and he's been in the streets. Okay, he's been in the streets. He knows the streets or whatever. I believe that there's 2 reasons why the mayor is cool with him. One is because his father really was killed by NYPD back in the day, and I think that there's a certain level of guilt when it comes to Eric Adams and that situation. But I also believe that he got something on Eric Adams too, because there's no way that Eric Adams is gonna really take a risk of ruining his reputation by consorting with somebody like that. You understand what I'm saying?
It doesn't make sense, does it?
No,
it doesn't make sense.
No. And one more thing really quickly. I don't like, the connotations when it comes to gay, people in the church and this, that, and the third. Like I told you, I'm not religious or anything like that. Okay. I respect people's, right to worship and everything like that. I would never disrespect anybody, who wants to pray and go to church. And that's completely fine. Right. But I also don't think that it's cool for somebody who's in the church to talk mess about somebody who could, potentially be gay, even though, Larry Reed has said many times he's not gay. He's had relations with people because of molestation or whatever. And he might be sexually fluid or gender fluid or whatever. That's his business. I don't even care. Okay. But at the same time, sir, you as a man of God, right? A man of the cloth, how are you picking and choosing what to, to follow in the Bible, sir? None of what you did during that whole life is religious or holy. You're not supposed to be messy. You're not supposed to be doing any of that stuff. And you're not supposed to be dressing like that and your congregants looking like the way they look. I'm not a religious person, but I know that that's not the way it's supposed to go. Okay. I know that. You understand what I'm saying? And then if we're gonna cast aspersions on people's sexuality just because of certain situations that they were in, sir, you were incarcerated for several years. Okay. So what? I mean, would it be okay for me to talk about, how did you relieve yourself sexually? I mean, these are, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we want answers, right? I really don't even want the answer to that. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's his business. I don't even care. But how are you even doing that? You understand what I'm saying? It's just not cool. It's absolutely not cool. And don't play in our faces like we are stupid. The math ain't mathing. We know you have 10 people in your church. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no way that you can afford a $4 million home. Right. He's already in litigation with a lady because she gave him that $90,000. Remember that? That's still going on. Okay. So this is a real thing that's happening. He jerked that lady out of $90,000. There are text messages between the lady who he jerked out of the money and his son and the lady's son and all of that stuff back and forth. So these things are ongoing. Look, this is a distraction. Okay. The chickens are going to come home to roost, period. And what he's looking for is attention, point blank, period. Okay. He's right now, he understands that he is about to be below water and he's going to scratch and scrimp and do what he can to deflect away from what he knows is coming. And the situation with Tasha K, really quickly, he's gonna get into bed with her because he thinks that she's gonna help him, sweetie. I think we already know what's gonna happen with that.
He did mention wanting a YouTube channel. He said
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know something? I didn't even see him say that, but you can already tell, like I said, who's a puppet master behind the scenes or whatever. And when he is led out in handcuffs or whatever, which is absolutely going to happen, because we already know that, allegedly he has like a real estate office, yet we can't find anything in writing anywhere that shows that he owns anything. Does
Oh my
that make sense to anyone? You understand what I'm
That would
saying?
only it would only make sense. It would only make sense if he did it in the name of a trust.
Well,
So land
that's true
trusts
too.
aren't public. They're not public.
That's true too. But what
knowledge.
I would say to that is, for somebody who is quote unquote in the real estate business, right? And he quote unquote sells real estate courses, and sometimes he gives away free wouldn't you want that to be like out there? You would want everybody to know, because he made an allegation that I own the block. You know what I'm saying? The reason why the reason why I'm in an event space that doesn't have a window is because I own the block. So if you own the block, why you don't own the church next door to your event space? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he would want that to be common knowledge. Look, if I was out here trying to be the next Donald Trump with real estate, I want everybody to know what I own. That's going to be on the books, on the records. That boosts my credibility. He has none. Okay. And that's all I wanted to say. That's
Thank
all I
you,
wanted
Dawn.
to say.
I always put my email address in the description. Please, please send it.
Girl, I'm gonna send it to you right now. I'm gonna send it through my Gmail.
Okay.
I heard that too. I heard
Take
about
care.
that. What
That was
she's
really
saying.
good.
But
Sin, let me read these super chats really quick.
Okay.
Discrimination of race and sexual orientation is illegal and a hate crime where I live. It's a breach of human rights laws, and you will be fined. Wow, we need something like that, because he needs to be fined. Isaiah 61. Jesus came to set the captive free from sin. Beauty for ashes, a garment of praise for a garment of oppress. Jesus didn't judge, changed lives. Yeah.
Yep.
Send sound off. What do you want to add to the conversation? Because I know the girl just killed it.
I know that man he got his license. When they asked him, Larry's bishop mentor asked him, where did you get who's your mentor? He got upset. Yeah, his mentor he got his license while he was in jail because he was thinking of the next scheme,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, there is no way that there is a bishop, Baptist church preacher, Pentecostal preacher, anybody could say, oh, that's my son in the ministry. Because that man is a son of a what.
Yeah. Let's see, I got one more call. Let me go ahead, Sin. Did I stop you? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he ain't went to no school, and he just trying to deflect the attention off of him, because just like one of your super chats were, why did the FBI arrest the guys and not the New York Police Department?
Right.
Because that fool is under straight investigation for several things, allegedly.
Wow. I don't like him.
He going, damn.
Sheila, did I bring you up, or am I just...
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
That's
Sound
okay.
off.
Okay, this is what I have to say. First of all, we noticed that when he choked that lady as evidence, he showed the footage of his whole church, right? We got to see him or this lady being pushed all the way to the back. Why isn't he never showing the footage of the robbery? Why hasn't he released that? The whole, even though we saw him live and the people came in, why didn't he pan or show the footage of them actually doing the robbery? I find that strange. And I will tell you one thing: the feds why didn't New York PD arrest those people? Why are the feds involved?
I never thought about that.
Think about that.
Right.
You have to think about the fact that the same thing happened in the Smollett case. Those two guys got arrested. You don't think they're talking?
The feds arrested them, not the NYPD.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the sad part about it is, and allegedly, and he's mad at Larry Reed again, because Larry said that the FBI has contacted him and that there's 4 things coming Bishop's way, and that is another reason why he's trying to deflect everything off of himself and put it on Larry.
Oh, this has got 10 times better. 10
And he's
times
allegedly,
Yeah,
and
allegedly.
I've joined her. I've seen her. I joined her Instagram page just to be nosy. You know, his wife and daughter are living in a hotel.
What?
How do you know that?
Because one of somebody on Larry's team called in, or some person called in, and he said, "Yep," because that $4 million home that he supposedly owned, number one, she's getting out of getting away from him, is in foreclosure.
What? Stop! You just said
all
that
this alleged, right?
Alleged.
Yeah, I said alleged.
Okay.
Alleged.
Well,
Everything. Read the sign below. Alleged.
Alleged,
Allegedly in foreclosure.
Yes, ma'am. And he said he owned all these apartments and stuff. Well, come to find out, they did an investigation and all of that paperwork and stuff was done crooked.
Wow. See,
I'm
that's the
telling you,
scam
I
that
ain't
we
got nothing
talk
but
about.
time.
Allegedly. Look,
And I can't stand somebody that do this kind of stuff. Yeah, allegedly I ain't got nothing but time. But allegedly I can't stand people that try to get over on people like that.
Oh my God.
You see him in the streets and he talking all that noise, but I bet you if he saw a real man in the streets, I bet you he couldn't do nothing but say, man, let's pray.
What? He looks like a little man. He looks like
he is. He got that little man complex. You know that? You've heard of that, right? You know the little man complex, like a little short man.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys, I gotta end this here because Perry's going live. I am cutting into his time. I'm sorry, Perry.
Perry
but look,
going live.
It got good. It got good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to do love out the lockup a little bit.
Let me run this up. Thank you, everybody, for calling in. I appreciate the
Okay.
call.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Oh my God.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Bye.
It got so, oh my God. Well, it is what it is. Let me wrap this up. They brought it today. I'm going to keep my eye on this case. I didn't have a time to bring up Brett Favre. We'll say that for another day. Everything that happened today, I'm going to follow this case. All right. You guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It really helps my video. Also, I want to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And me and Perry will stay on this case. On 3, Perry, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.